EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, he had his eyes on 200 yards last week, earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he was really, really good. Fun to watch back in tape with you.
It was fun to watch, wasn't it? And he's trying to have the same type of a game in this one. But what was fun watching was how he read the defense. No matter what they presented, he had an answer for it, and that's why he was open during that game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Reagor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Now, back in my old days, before college, I played a little bit of offense. I used to love to pitch the ball to my backs. How about that pitch right on that play?
Yeah, going right. People run to the right more than to the left, don't they, in real life and in video games?
That is true. A lot of offenses constructed to run to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Those big tackles, usually your power blockers. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, Hyde. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. What a great start. You get the points on the first drive of the game. Now here you get an interception. Look to add to your lead.
And I just wonder about the strategy we saw coming right back at them. Yeah, they're down, but I felt like they were pressing it too much. They didn't need to play catch-up this early in the game, and it ended up costing them.
He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. It's McKinney. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On 2nd down now, it's Peterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now the try here for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
48 for Mike. Let's go, team.
On 1st and 10, Hyde. He finds his man, complete. That's Davidson. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. The point after is good, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right, and he'll just get rid of it. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Texans. Jalen Reagor with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans push further out in front. Now the try here for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. Davidson, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 2 now, second and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Looking to throw. Hyde. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. The extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Complete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A gain of 3, second down.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys! Got it, ready? 56. Back to 60. Back to 60. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Off the play fake. Hyde. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On third down, Hyde. He finds his man, complete. It's Mullins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Operating from the gun. Hyde. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Really not much secret there. Third and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because third and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
Here's a quick throw right side. Touchdown! Michael Thomas. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Davidson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss throw. Hyde. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Back to throw again. And quickly finding Reagor. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Looking here for Smith downfield.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Off play action. Hyde. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Davidson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. On first down, Hyde. Washington's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Davidson. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 29. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Davidson. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Looking to throw. Hyde. Got an open man. It's Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. The extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but but understanding clock management here on out.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw. Hyde. He finds his man. Complete. That's Davidson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give to Peterson out of the gun. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's got Jordan complete right side. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Here's a screen to Powell. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. They can't hang with us. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check 24. Check 24.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. From the 10. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. 78 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Peterson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Second and 4. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
It fights him off. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
All day, every day, any day. No.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Peterson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your...
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Johnson now returning. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time. Right.